Hi guys, it's Patricia, your independent Scentsy consultant from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Today it's my favorite video to film and share with you. It's my Empties video, and this video will be covering Empties from the month of October. I like to divide my bars into what you can get now, scents of the month, bring back my bars, some testers that I warmed that are not in Tester Tuesday, and then I cover some other items. Then we will discuss the question of the month at the end of the video. So if you love Scentsy videos, hit the like and subscribe button, and that way you'll be notified when I upload video content. So let's get started. We'll start with the new bars that I finished. This is actually a new release. It is Almond Croissant, and the scent notes for this are fresh baked croissant, cinnamon sugar, and almond. And I always say the almond doesn't remind me of an almond extract. It's more like a nuttiness. And there's a very strong bakery buttery tone to this. It's a nice strong performer. My family seemed to enjoy this. They didn't complain when I warmed it, but they didn't love it on cold sniff. So just another example, always warm your bars. Even if you don't think you're gonna like it, it's good to just try it out and see what you think. And that is a definite repurchase. Almond Croissant is fairly strong and fairly long lasting for a bakery, so I was pleased with that. The next one we have is also a new release. This is in the spice category, but it could probably be in the fruity, and it's Dancing Sugar Plums. The scent notes on this are spiced plum, vanilla, and sweet cinnamon apple. I must say I don't really get cinnamon apple. I get a plum, and a couple of times when I warmed this, I picked up almost like an evergreen mistletoe kind of tone, but it was only in one room that I warmed it. I could smell that, so I'm not sure if it's just a situational scent or what I was imagining that day. But this reminds me of a spicy version of Black Raspberry Vanilla. It's actually a little bit stronger than I thought it was going to be, because when I did my first sniffs, I thought this one was kind of light, but this one was pretty good. I would definitely repurchase that again. This one is a scent that's been around a long time, Perfectly Pomegranate. This one here, the scent notes are pomegranate and sweet berries. Now this one here, it reminds me of like a pomegranate with some berries and a little touch of vanilla. And that vanilla, when you mix it with the berries, kind of gives you a little bit of a candy-like tone to the pomegranate and berries. And it's very sweet and a little bit artificial, but oddly enough, I'm really coming around to this scent. I may even pick this up at some point in a brick, we'll see. But yeah, I really like this mixed with something you'll see later in the video. Highly recommend it mixed with a certain something. Stay tuned. But that one is a pretty average performer to me. Fairly strong, fairly long lasting, but not something that's going to blow your mind. This one is from the Find Your Happy Wax collection, which is still available as I film this video. It's called Wild, Barefoot, and Free. Oh, I don't like this one, sorry if you do. It's fresh air, grass, and wild ivy. This reminds me of a soapy version of Fiddle Leaf Fig. So Fiddle Leaf Fig was available for a couple catalogs around a year ago, and it wasn't a favorite of mine. This is very earthy, green, vibrant. There's a strong, soapiness tone to this that I really don't like. Glad this is gone. I know a lot of people like this one. Definitely not for me. And I love fresh cut grass from Scentsy. I do not like the Wild, Barefoot, and Free. Not a repurchase. From the new release, I have Autumn Road Trip. This one has scent notes of Harvest Apple, Anjou Pear, and Silver Oak. So this is like a fruity version of a subdued version of Painted Leaves. So picture Painted Leaves, which is very bright and fresh and crisp and tree-like. Add some fruitiness with the apple and the pear, and then as it's warming, it almost has a perfect pumpkin pear tone towards the end. That's the only thing I wasn't crazy about with this scent. Now, oddly enough, I only picked that up in my downstairs son's room. So I couldn't notice the perfect pumpkin pear in every spot that I warmed it. So I'm not really sure why that is, but not liking that aspect because I'm not a perfect pumpkin pear fan, but I was fine with it in other areas of my home. I think I have one more bar, and it's pretty fresh, fresh fruity scent. So I think I'll be fine with that one bar, and then I will move on. It's fairly strong as well. And from a former scent of the month, I have Caramel Apple Craze. This was scent of the month from September 2019, and this has come back is the catalog. This one was a little bit juicy, but not sweaty on the surface. But when I took the cubes out, they were a little bit grungy on the bottom. This one is creamy golden caramel, red delicious apples, and whipped vanilla. Now let me tell you, I was warming this with Johnny Appleseed because this I find kind of sweet and almost like there's a little bit of a maple tone to me when I warm this, and I was like, it's okay. I like it better after it's died down a little bit. But I actually decided to warm this with a brick, part of my brick of Caramel Vanilla Delight, just on the off chance. And I'm thinking caramel plus caramel, it's probably going to be way too much. But I think Caramel Vanilla Delight has that vanilla, and it just softened this, and I love that more than mixed with Johnny Appleseed. So if you have some Caramel Vanilla Delight, try mixing this and let me know what you think. It might kind of just soften it just a little bit, but it still has the caramel tone. So this is a very strong wax. If you're looking for a strong wax, fall inspired, definitely want to pick that one up. Now let's talk about this set, because surprisingly this set is still available. It's the gorgeous pumpkin 3-pack. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the definite winner in my book, Bright Cider Life. This has scent notes of spiced harvest cider, pumpkin, and apple. And let me tell you, Scentsy pumps out the scents, and some of them are just very, I don't want to say generic, but if you've smelled a lot of Scentsy scents after a while, you're like, yes, yes, yes. But this one, holy crap, this one is very different. I love this. It's definitely gone in my Scentsy club, and I've adjusted it so I get 3 bars so I can build up a little bit of a stockpile. I love this one. It is definitely different. I think the thing that makes it stand out to me, there's almost like an allspice, something like an allspice in there, different than like clove and cinnamon and, you know, everything else. I mean, allspice is popular in jerk chicken. Now, does this smell like jerk chicken? No. But I swear there's something different about this. And I also sometimes pick up almost like when you toast a marshmallow and it's like that crispy, slightly brown outside of the marshmallow. I get something like that in here, almost with a little bit of a marshmallow tone as it warms. Terrific, fantastic, fantastic, strong. Highly recommend putting this in your Scentsy club and giving it a try. Or pick up the 3-pack bundle. The next one is pumpkin chai. This one is described as white pumpkin, cinnamon, and chai. So I find a lot of chai scents from Scentsy end up smelling a little bit like cornbread. And I'm happy to report that I watched a video of John Sparks and he said the same thing. So I'm not alone in that. So this almost smells like cornbread a little bit. And like very vanilla heavy, a little bit of cinnamon and spices. Now I find that the cinnamon smells strong here, but it tends to be strong like the first day, and then it really tones down. And I much enjoy this after day 1. And this one lasted a couple of days, a good 2.5 days from my memory, in my downstairs child's room where I leave the warmers constantly going in his room, unless I go out. But yeah, this one would not be a repurchase, but I wasn't displeased with it by any means. And like I said, definitely enjoyed it after it died down just a little bit. That is pumpkin chai. This one here is pumpkin tiramisu. Sorry about the lighting, it's bright out here today. Pumpkin, brown sugar, and vanilla cream. And to me, I pick up like the little bit of a coffee chocolate tone in this scent for sure. And you can really smell that in pods, I find. And this one here was fairly strong. Like you could definitely smell it was going on. I have a lot of it in pods. I thought to myself, I will use this on days that in pod version when I've got a coffee scent going, and then because Scentsy doesn't have a lot of coffee scents, so I can kind of get that going in the morning for a little bit and just shut off my pods, and then later warm wax for the day. So pumpkin tiramisu. If you like bakery scents, I suggest picking this up as long as you're okay with like a tiny. And I want to say it smells a little bit bitter, but bitter implies negativity. It's not a negative kind of aspect of the scent. It's kind of nice. Not a home run, but I enjoyed that one. It's pumpkin tiramisu. Okay, so let's talk about 2 scents of the month I finished up. I've been trying to go back and see what ones are my oldest scents of the month and finish those ones up first. So I have Strawberry Rose. Actually, I have Christmas Cuddles kind of in progress, and then I think I have a couple other ones that are available now, but this is probably the oldest one that I have that's not available. And this one has basically strawberries, rose petals, and sheer musk. And this one here is a really nice, pleasant kind of strawberry. It doesn't seem like an obvious rose note, and I think that's why I like it. I'm not huge into rose, and I know a lot of people that don't like rose like this one. So I hope to see this one come back. It doesn't last very long for me. That's my only complaint. I feel like I put it in, it's like one day and then it's done. But anyway, strawberry rose would be a repurchase for me. And coming up for November scent of the month, we have jeweled pomegranate. This will be available 10% off for the month of November. It's in the fruity category. It's basically described as shimmering pomegranate, sugared mandarin, and cinnamon. I don't really get, like, maybe if you tell me that there's mandarin, I'm like, okay, maybe I can smell it. But I definitely get a nice, juicy berry pomegranate scent. A little bit holiday-like because I kind of pick up this very minor tree note, and I thought I must have been mistaken because it's not in any of the notes that they outlined on the sheet, but it definitely reminds me of cranberry garland, but a different fruitiness. But you could probably get away with warming this year-round if you wanted to. It's a little bit of a deep berry scent, fairly sweet, but a little bit of tartness creeps in too. So it's fairly well balanced, but I would say a little bit more sweet than tart to me. And like I said, it's kind of like a holiday berry scent. Nothing outstanding to me personally, but I know a lot of people are loving this one, and that is jeweled pomegranate. The main problem with this one is definitely not open concept strong enough for me, but it does really well here in my bedroom and another small area that I warmed it in. Like, I felt like it was just very long lasting, and as it warmed, it kind of got a little tangy. So definitely does better to me in medium to small zones. All right, let's move on to things that you can no longer get, but I always say that you should definitely have a Bring Back My Bar wish list, that when Bring Back My Bar voting happens, you can vote for your favorites if they're on that list. So from the Frozen 2 collection, I have a Dance of Autumn. This is Apple, Forest, Woods, and Leaves. And this one, it's a nice balance between all those things. You definitely get a little bit of earthiness of the leaves. You get the apple. It's a nice, pleasant scent. I enjoyed this one, and I actually really liked this collection. Kind of after it was gone, I was like, oh, I started warming things and discovered I liked them. So definitely make sure you warm your limited time only bars within 30 days of release. That way, if you fall in love with a bar, you can add it to your Scentsy Club because you have a 30-day window to add things to your Scentsy Club. If they're still available past that 30-day release date, you can add it, but all of a sudden if it just goes away one day, you're SOL. So this one is from the Fantasy Wax collection, and it is Sparkling Sugar. This one here is Wild Pineapple, Sparkling Yuzu, and Sugared Musk. And a lot of people didn't like this one. Some people, I think Lisa Roberry and a few other people, found it smelled like pencil shavings. And I must be a weird character because I must like pencil shavings. I kind of liked this one. Did I think it smelled like pencil shavings? No, not really. I think that yuzu is really nice. I like this. I would repurchase it if it came back. I think I liked a fair number of those scents kind of after the fact as well. I wouldn't put this in my Scentsy Club, but I did enjoy it. It was something I used in my kids' bathroom, so I can't really comment on the strength because that's a small area, but it did fairly well there. And yeah, that's where I used it. This one I can comment on the strength. This one is a strong scent. It is Johnny Appleseed. Not known for its longevity. Johnny is strong, but he fizzles out. And this is Macintosh apples, peels of the apples, and pears. And if you're someone that likes strong, basic apple scents that are very pleasant, they're juicy, no spice, they're crisp, you're biting into the apple and the juice is running down, that's this. Very nice, great as a mixer, and I'm so happy that it came back in brick form, and I have a couple bricks to use up and I think 3 bars, so I'm good for now. Okay, the next scent I finished up was Woolly Slippers. This is Sugared Lavender, Marshmallow, and Vanilla. This is from the Hookah collection that was available, I think, was it 2 winters ago? And I put it in my Scentsy Club, and I'm so happy I did because this is a phenomenal mixer. I don't really get a lot of lavender. I definitely get marshmallow and vanilla. It's creamy, it's soft, it's billowy. It's wonderful. So if you see this one come back and you like those kind of scents, or this is great to add to scents that you just find are a little bit overwhelming, This is great to kind of soften it up. So I use that as a mixer quite a bit. I highly recommend. Okay. The next bar is my new found love. And this ties into the scent question of the month. So hope I don't forget to ask it at the end of the video. The next one is Pacific Sandalwood. Creamy vanilla cashmere, cozy cotton, warm Pacific Sandalwood. And you can't even see it because of the light. This scent, oh my Lord, I love this. I can smell it, take a deep breath, and then right away I want to smell it again. I love this so much. Like an idiot, I only have one bar in my Scentsy club. It comes every 3 months. So I'm like, I'm kind of good at hoarding things anyway, but I feel like I'm really going to hoard this because I just love it so much. This, I think, has become my favorite Scentsy scent. I would say Marshmallow Mint is a close second, but I love this one so much. Oh, some people say it's soft. For me, it's about a medium intensity. I warmed it here in my bedroom. I've warmed it in my son's room. Where else did I warm it? My daughter's room. It does great in a bedroom. Fan-friggin-tastic. Scentsy, I don't know if you watch Scentsy videos, but if you do, permanent catalog. Please. Anyway, that's an excellent one. Highly recommend. It's not going to be one that you're going to want to put, I don't think, in a big open layout. You have to have strategy with certain scents. If they don't smell strong and they're in a certain category that's like sometimes those like soft vanilla, cashmere, you know, if it doesn't smell like a boomer in here, chances are it's not going to be a boomer in your warmer. Anyway, this would be a great example. This is a slightly softer scent in the warmer, and it's Fuzzy Blanket, and it's slightly soft in the clamshell. I would say about a medium. It's so nice. I don't even really like lavender scents, but man, do I ever like this. So let me tell you, the notes are lavender, sandalwood, and a little bit of honeysuckle. Lovely. I love this one. I didn't put my Scentsy Club, but I have quite a few bars. This is an excellent bedroom scent. Very calming, relaxing, soothing. Some people think it's very similar to Jammy Time. I think it's sweeter than Jammy Time. It's softer, a little bit more feminine than Jammy Time, but beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Love that one. From Bring Back My Bar Bakery, we have pistachio ice cream. This is pistachio cream, coconut, and vanilla meringue. Love this one. Yeah, I don't love it when I just smell it in the clamshell, but once I have it warming for a bit, I'm like, oh yeah, I like this. I like this. It does fairly well in my home. Just another example, this has a reputation of not being a terrific performer. It does fine for me in my home, but not everybody has the same luck. All right. This one is a pretty consistent performer, very strong, Hemingway. This one is described as rich, ripe apples, warm, woody accents of sandalwood and cedar, and it has hints of spice. This is definitely a fall appropriate scent for me. There's lots of apples, there's a warmth, there's spiciness. It almost smells like a little bit of like an Apple Man cologne. If you like that sounding, that type of scent, Apple Man cologne, then you want to pick this one up. Fall Man with spices. There you go. Very strong, fairly long lasting, definite presence in the home. Simply Vanilla. This one is classically warm vanilla. This is a very kind of basic but beautiful vanilla scent, kind of on the, not the floral, but it's not like a bakery vanilla. If you smelled this side by side to Vanilla Bean Buttercream, you would kind of understand the difference. This is a beautiful scent. This is probably in my top 5 of Scentsy scents. I am a vanilla girl and I love vanilla scents. The next one is Banana Berry. Love the packaging on this one. Sweet banana cream and strawberries. And I'm not a huge fruity scent person, but I think that banana cream is what gets me because it's a little bit creamy. Oh, I love this one. It's very juvenile, but I don't care. I love it. It makes me smile, as you can see. I think if there's scents that you love and everybody else hates, well, this is a well-loved scent, but say there's a scent that not a lot of people love, but you love it. Don't be ashamed. Enjoy it. If this is like kid-like, I don't care. I'm going to enjoy it. I love this one. It's in my Scentsy Club. I love it. It's fairly like, it's about a medium intensity. And it lasts about a medium duration, but I enjoy it the whole time it's in the warmer. Like when I walk in the room, I'm like, yes. This one here is a rum raisin cookie. This is freshly baked cookie dough, rum, raisin, and clove. Definitely get a lot of clove with this. Yeah, and a tangy raisin. Not a lot of cookie. I would love more cookie. I have a Tester Tuesday video out from a little over a month ago, I'd say, on this. So if you want more details, check that out. This one is one that I've kind of come down in love on because, I don't know, it's funny how your scent preferences change a little bit. I still like it, but I think as time goes on, I'm finding some of the cinnamon scents are very strong, and I usually love cinnamon, but maybe this year I'm just not as into them as I usually am. Here's a scent my whole family loves, and I'm just in like or slightly under like with it. It is Blueberry Rush. Oh! I have a project going on. What I'm going to do is pause the video and come right back because this is a time-sensitive project. Be 1 second. Okay, sorry, I'm back. I'm actually doing a little informal, I don't know, test of certain things with Scentsy, and you'll see that video probably in a week or so, give or take, depending on how busy my life is. But anyway, back to Blueberry Rush. This one here is blueberry, cranberry, black currant, and pomegranate. Now let me tell you, I ended up mixing this with Perfectly Pomegranate, and I really enjoyed the two together. And I'm not a big Blueberry Rush fan, but mixed with Perfectly Pomegranate, because there's pomegranate in it. Sometimes, and this is very sweet and this is very tart, so they worked really well together. Sometimes if you're gonna mix and you have no idea where to start, and trust me, I'm not a fantastic mixer, but I always say look at the scent notes in one of the bars and then pick one of those notes if you want to highlight it and find a bar that's a little bit more prominent with that note. For example, this has pomegranate in it, but it's a little bit more blueberry, black currant to me. But this is a very sweet scent, very tart, kind of worked well together. So if you have both of those, maybe give them a try and see if you like, like them better mixed together. Who knows? I'll just talk a little bit about these. These are sweet cream spice. I actually tried mixing this with Blueberry Rush. The scent notes on this are vanilla bean, nutmeg, and frothy milk. This is very sweet and it's strong, but it didn't do very well with Blueberry Rush at all. It was kind of a bad combo. Like I was like, is it time to change the wax? Didn't like that combo. Don't recommend that one. I was hoping it would be good, but no, it was not. I finished 3 little testers of lemon verbena. I actually have a lot of testers of lemon verbena, and it doesn't get picked in Tester Tuesday, but I'm like, I gotta start using them up because I do find lemon or citrus-based scents don't last long in testers. So definitely, if you are someone that's trying to use up testers, pick out some of your lemon-based or citrus-based ones and use those ones up because they do tend to go a little funky. They get sticky and very like when you're removing the wax, what I like to do is when it's time to change my wax, I turn my warmer off and from when it's like liquid wax, and I let it sit for about 25-30 minutes. And then when you can just barely put your little finger in, I like to scoop it out. But with a citrus scent that's old, as you're trying to pull it out, it's like leather, it's ripping, it's like sticking to the bottom of the dish. Anyway, so this is basically lemon zest, kaffir lime, and verbena leaf. And I put these in the garage, just in that warmer to try to freshen up the garage. They didn't throw very well, but that's because I think the age of the testers, and also I had it in a glass mini warmer that I don't find glass mini warmers perform the greatest. If you're looking for help in picking out Scentsy warmers, I did put out a video. It says Warmer Tour plus how to pick out a good performing Scentsy warmer. You can check out that video. I will link it in the description box below. Just as a caution, obviously when you watch Scentsy videos, I encourage you to watch lots of videos because it's all based on individuals' opinion and perception. And just because I say something, that doesn't mean that that's the absolute way, because there's many different ways to look at something. It's just, I figure if you watch my videos, you're probably watching to get my opinion. All right, this is Sugar Cookie. Love this one. It's a softer scent. Butter, sugar, and creamy vanilla. It's so nice. I love Sugar Cookie. I love to eat them and I love to smell them. I just wish this was a touch stronger, but I'll take it anyway. So, available year-round. Let's go through some of the items that are non-wax. I finished up a laundry liquid in pink cotton. I finished up the corresponding washer with tubs, the large 8-ounce size in pink cotton. So both of those you get about 50 loads, give or take. And I finished up 3 dryer discs of pink cotton. I just kept kind of collecting them in the box. And then I'm starting a new one. I'm starting Windowsill Breeze. Pink cotton I found I would not be a repurchase for me. It was not a standout in the laundry. I do really like it in wax. It's nice and strong in wax. In laundry, it was like medium to medium light. So it's basically like vanilla, sugar, and like berries. It's very girly and feminine, but not a repurchase for me. And it's not doing the greatest in my fragrance flower either, so I don't know. I finished up Pink Haze pods. Love Pink Haze. Yeah, these tended to last forever. Pods last forever for me. It's really hard, but I've got a bunch on the go. I'm trying to use some up, so hopefully next month you'll see some more pods. If you're not familiar with what these are a scent release system where you put it in a fan-operated device, such as the Scentsy Go, the mini fan diffuser, or the wall fan diffuser. And these are great because you can change them up every day if you want, and it's not a big ordeal. You just change them out. New scent, put them back in their case and close the lid to keep their scent preserved as long as possible. But these definitely are supposed to last 120 hours a pod. Obviously, if you put 2 pods in at the same time, is it going to last 240? Probably not. But I find each pod lasts usually way longer than 120 hours. These are really great value in my opinion. If you've not tried our pods, I would suggest picking some up with something like a wall fan diffuser and trying it in an area that is great, that maybe you have pets and they keep knocking the warmer, or your kids, it's in like a mud room and they keep hitting it, like taking off their boots and coat or something. This is good because it's a non-spill option and it's just very convenient. So great for traveling. Not that we're traveling, but if you do, that's great. All right, I'm babbling. Clean Breeze scent pack. Scent packs are good. They're good in your luggage, lingerie drawers, at the bottom of a trash can. I hang them up in small closet areas, and these give off a lot of scent at the beginning, and at the end they're just kind of softly scented, like they're not scenting strongly, they air. So then I take them and I put them in like a sock drawer or lingerie drawer, something like that, just to give a little bit of added scent, and that would definitely be a repurchase for me because I like that one. Let's talk Counter Clean. I've talked about Counter Clean before. This is a terrific product. It's designed to build up like a slight film on the counter to prevent dirt from reattaching, something to that effect. Some people don't like that film, but Counter Clean is such a terrific product. It's almost like they should call it magic clean because it cleans so many things so well. This is an aloe water and cucumber, which is basically like pineapple, palm frond, aloe, that kind of thing. This is a really nice cleaning scent. So I think I like it better in cleaning products over the wax, but I don't know. I just never reach for that one very often, but I do. It's a bestseller, so it's a good scent. Also, the same scent in the bathroom cleaner. So the bathroom cleaner has a slightly different nozzle. It sprays out kind of like a foam. And what I like to do is leave it wherever I'm spraying it. And I use this in toilets, actually. So I don't use like those gels. I use this. So I spray it in the toilet. I wait about like a minute. And then I use my scrub brush or like a toilet brush. It works terrific. And you're not using all that goopy gel, which I find is just kind of, this is more multi-purpose. You can use it in your shower stall, bathtub, in your sinks. And use with a magic eraser. This really cuts grime. So that would be in the shower stall or bathtub. I use it with a magic eraser just to speed things up. And last but not least, before the question of the month, we have oils. I finished up 3. If you're an oil person, these are just the mini size, which come in a lot of consultant kits, but you would purchase the 15 milliliter size on the website. This is one that's currently available, because things keep running out. But normally you can get this. It's hit or miss right now with supply issues. This is Lemon Lavender Rain. And you may know that I'm not a big lavender fan, but this is a really nice, fresh lavender rain. So you definitely get like a little bit of lemon. It's not like lemon lavender, which is boom in your face, lemon and lavender. This is lemon lavender with a little bit of like a gentle, fresh rain. It's really, really nice. I would repurchase this. I don't think I have any more, so I will be repurchasing that. Nice in the bedroom. It's like a nice spa-like scent. And these next two scents were from last year's holiday 3-pack. So I have my little cheat sheet here, and I will just briefly go through these because they're no longer available. But sometimes these show up in clearance. So we have, let's do the roasted chestnuts first. Okay, crushed chestnuts, vanilla, and brown sugar. This was one that I had going in my open layout. So I took my Fleur Deluxe diffuser, I put it in my open layout. And what I like to do is I take a scent and I fill it up, and it's a very big reservoir. So you can use like, I think I usually use about 30 drops. But that's if I use the maximum 450 ml of water. Anyway, when I come home from work, so I let that go while I'm gone. And I come home because, sorry, I'm going off on not rants, but tangents. I don't really like leaving my warmers on when I'm not around, but I don't mind with my wall fan diffusers or like my regular diffusers. But when I came home, I could really smell this. And I'm like, Jesus, it's just a friggin' little oil. But this is a really like a nuttiness. Anyway, and I'll tell you one thing about the diffuser here in a second. I'll just do this other one. This is Dancing Snowflakes. I could smell this one too. This one is very crisp and fresh and like wintry. It's described as crisp morning frost, fresh juniper, and soothing lavender. So this I could smell too. Yeah, this I like too. I think I'm coming around to different oils here, but one thing I want to talk about very quickly is the Fleur Deluxe diffuser. My middle child, he's in a wheelchair, and we kind of had it out a bit, and he's getting into lots of trouble lately. Like he's very developmentally, he's probably about a year old. Like he doesn't speak and things like that. But anyway, he is a trooper. And lately he's been getting into trouble, like experimenting and exploring. Anyway, he knocked over my Fleur Deluxe diffuser. And of course, I wasn't home. My husband said he had to clean everything up. Then it wouldn't work for a few days. And this happened with a customer before. Her Fleur Deluxe wouldn't work for a few days. And I said, well, pack it up. I'll bring it home and I'll get it shipped off to Scentsy. Well, I always advise you, if you're a consultant, double check your customer's items, because I plugged hers in, it worked fine. So I'm like, okay. I messaged her, I said, yours worked fine. And she goes, we tried everything. We couldn't get it to like turn on. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, whatever. Here you go. So I remembered, I thought, I wonder what happened with hers. I don't really know. But I'm like, I'm going to keep trying. So it got tipped over on a Friday afternoon. I tried it like that night. I tried it with water, without, different plugs. No, dead. Saturday, dead. Sunday, dead. Plugged it in Monday. It worked. Yay. So I don't know. I think it might have to dry out. Just a heads up. Okay, that was a long side note. But let's move on to the question of the month, because this scent just took my heart. This wonderful scent. And it's my favorite Scentsy scent, I would say now. And I want to know. This is a very easy question for you guys, but you might have to think about it for a bit. What is your what is your favorite Scentsy scent? Could be current, could be retired. I want to know. And if you have some that you just cannot choose between, you can list more than one, but I really want you to think about it. If you only had to pick one, what would it be? Anyway, thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you liked this kind of video. A little bit of a talkative video, but that's just the way it is some days. I hope you guys have a great day in your neck of the woods. As always, please take care, and I will see you in the next video.